What is going on, everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back to you guys with another live stream from the Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur YouTube channel. First and foremost, just before we get going, if you're new to the channel and tuning in for the first time, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button below and make sure you hit that bell icon right beside it. That way you will be notified every time we go live or upload another video. And then of course, before we get going as well, since I know we'll be having a few of you join in here in the next couple minutes as you're getting the notifications and all that good stuff. If you're not already also in our Discord group chat, definitely suggest you hitting that link down below. It's in the description box. It's totally free to join. We have over 200 members now in that group. It's growing by the day, it seems. We have whole bunch of you hopping in there. We had about 3 to 5 of you just over the weekend join, 2 or 3 of you today alone. So it's just awesome to see that community continue to grow. And like I said, it's totally free. I don't try to sell you guys any bullshit course or any chat group where I'm calling out stocks or whatever. Like, I will never tell you guys what to invest in, how to invest in it, etc. I'm just here to give you guys just my history, just pretty much document everything I do on my own journey to financial freedom via the stock market primarily. So like I said, we love to have you in that Discord group chat. Link for us down below. It should never expire. We had issues with that in the past. If you ever have an issue joining, just either comment or reach out to me on social media or something. Link for all that's down below as well, and we'll get it straightened out for you because we'd love to have you there. But with that, as you see from the title of the video, I am definitely, as for futures at least, going to be switching brokers. I'm actually in the process right now. If you've ever switched brokers before, you know it's a big ordeal. It usually takes roughly a week from start to finish, and I'm switching in terms of futures trading. Now, I'm not switching altogether, but at least in terms of futures trading, I'm going over to the Ninjatrader platform. I will still remain with TD Ameritrade in terms of options trading primarily, just because I like the Thinkorswim platform. I do like the Tastyworks platform more in terms of trading. However, Tastyworks is actually, believe it or not, slightly more expensive to trade options on, specifically vertical spread options and whatnot. It's usually about $4 a trade for my options trade, where on Thinkorswim it's somewhere around $3 for just those standard vertical spread options that we do. So I will be staying with Thinkorswim, at least for the time being. I'm going to keep about $2,500 in that portfolio for trading options, and I might even lower that, but right now we're starting with $2,500, and the reason being is, like I always tell you guys, I don't ever suggest really investing more than 10 and definitely no more than 20% of your portfolio towards options. So my portfolio is hovering right around that $15,000 level, so $2,000 to $3,000 isn't like the end of the world in terms of overall account size. And again, that $2,500 is not like I'm putting it all to work at one time or anything. And the plan with that is just simply every time I double that portfolio, I will pay myself 50% of the profit, which would be like $1,250, and then the rest will go in to a separate savings account that I will be using for taxes. And the same thing is going to go forward with Ninjatrader trades as well. Anything I profit, I'm going to pay myself 50%. However, with that, I will only hold 25% for taxes, and then let the other 25% stay in the portfolio and just continue to compound it, of course. Definitely talk to your own tax professional before you do so, before you go with any, like, how much you want to pay yourself, yada, yada, yada. But with that, we'll just go ahead and hop on in, make sure that our stream is doing all right. Make sure we're up live and going. It looks like we are doing good at the moment. So if we ever have any issues or anything, definitely just let me know in the chat. I'll be checking the chat periodically just to see if you guys have any questions or anything like that. Of course, we got that pulled up right there. So of course, if you have any questions about either platform, TD Ameritrade or Ninjatrader, definitely just shout it out there in the chat. Like I said, we'll be checking that periodically. So with that, why am I switching to Ninjatrader over TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim? So a lot of it comes down to one, commissions. When it comes, commissions is by far the number one reason. The reason being is when you go over to Thinkorswim, and like I said, you can see I'm like liquidating my account right now because we're switching and whatnot. But when we go over here and just take a look at Thinkorswim's commission, so say you're just trading the micros. So when you're trading a micro, you can see one, you're buying power effect, of course, because it's overnight. That's just set by CME. That's not TD Ameritrade's fault. But look here, it's 227 just on one side. So total you're looking at, and I've gotten mine lowered actually to 205. This is TD Ameritrade. This is just general fees for trading the futures. That's for like every platform essentially. But this is actually normally, I believe, 225. And they tried throwing me a bone, telling me that they were going to drop it 20 cents, and in another month I could come back and they'll potentially lower it to another like 20-30 cents from there, and so on and so on. Just depends on your volume. However, when you go over to Ninjatrader, and I mean, we can get Ninjatrader's actual deal pulled up just so you can see like their fees and everything. And no, I'm not like getting paid or anything whatsoever to like promote Ninjatrader. I haven't even used the platform yet. I'm literally in the process of funding my account, so don't BS me in the comments about like, am I getting paid? No, absolutely not. Besides, I have 1,000 or 1,100 subscribers. No, of course they're not paying me. But when we go and just look at the platform, there's some way here we can actually see their fees. Let's just go to get started, for example. So I should show their fees here. Let me see. Maybe I have to go to platform. It's been a few days since I've looked at their fees. They have an actual PDF, so let me just do that actually. Find their PDF for you guys really quick. Ninjatrader fees PDF. There you go, right there. So here it is. So you can screenshot this, you can pause this if you want. I'll kind of scroll through just so you can see like their margin for intraday. This is what you need to keep in mind. We'll talk about this more in a minute, but this is the big reason we're doing it right here. So we trade, what we're going to be trading primarily, we'll be trading micros as well, but we're going to be trading primarily is ES, the E-mini S&P 500 futures, as well as the NASDAQ, and the fees and everything are exactly the same, so we can just take a look at ES here. So they lay it out for you for your commissions and all that, and what I'm looking at here is all together. Like, I don't care about all this stuff, I just care about how much is it going to cost me for the total trade in and out essentially. So you can see here for ES, it's literally, if you purchase their lifetime access, which I will say it's $1,100. So if you're starting out, don't do it. I mean, maybe consider the lease if you've been trading for a while, but if you're brand new and just getting into micros and all that stuff, just go with the free version. I mean, you're not really saving like a whole hell of a lot. I mean, it is 70 cents. So over time it does add up. 10 contracts, for example, at $7. And then, I mean, you can just see how the math multiplies throughout weeks, months, and years, of course. I will be purchasing a lifetime pass for that, just so I'm done. I have everything I need because I love the chart trader, which we'll be talking about here in a minute as well. But point being, as you can see, with everything combined, the exchange fees, all that good stuff, it's $2 per trade per contract, where TD Ameritrade alone is $2.05. Obviously, you add the 22 cents. I mean, it adds up. You're talking $2.27, and this is just to open the trade. That doesn't even include the closes. So, I mean, you're talking a couple dollars difference. I hope I'm not misspeaking. I'm pretty sure. Let's just assume that I'm wrong here, and it's actually just to open the trade. So let's say it's $4 essentially. It's actually a couple pennies under, but let's just say it's $4 and not even $2. I think it's $2, but let's just say $4, just in case if I'm wrong. Let's say that's just to open the trade and it's another $1.99 to close. That could be the case. If it is, whatever, $4. But again, you go over to Thinkorswim and it's still going to be, and again, just keep in mind, I've gotten this lower already 20 cents. So most of you guys are going to be paying $2.25 plus 22 cents, And again, by the way, this is on the micro. So actually, we were talking about E-mini. So yeah, it's a huge difference actually. Go over here to ES, and let's see. So actually, okay, they must have lowered all of my fees because this was actually higher. It is still higher, $1.25. So as you can see, like I said, you guys will be paying $2.25, so it's 20 cents higher. So you will be paying $3.50 to enter ES contract. So it's $7 round trip on the trade. However, again, on Ninjatrader, again, it could be $2. We're just going to assume the worst. It's $4, so that's a $3 difference per contract per trade. So if you just get the calculator pulled up here, based on my trading style, let's just say you're just trading one contract at a time, and let's say you do an average of 15 trades a day. Scalping, that's $45 a day over an average of 21 working days per month. That's almost $1,000 difference in a given month just trading one contract on either the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, whatever you trade in terms of E-mini contracts. So that alone was enough to sway me, and that's why I'm also purchasing the lifetime, because I'm like, dude, the amount that I'm gonna save just my first month by switching platforms literally pays for this. So I mean, I'm gonna pay for it, that way I get everything that I need. But like I said, I've been trading now for over 2 years, going on 3. If you're brand new, it's not worth it. Maybe look at doing the lease. Try the platform out first. Do the simulated trading. They're like Thinkorswim. Like right now, I'm just using their simulation trading while I'm getting my account funded, transferring platforms and whatnot, transferring brokerages. And just try the platform out. They give you like 14 days or something like that free, where like you don't even have to like create an account or anything. So try the platform out for free first. See if you even like it. If you're looking more towards futures, I think this is the best platform. Like I said, I'm still sticking with TD Ameritrade in terms of options. I'm going to keep a couple $1,000s in this portfolio for trading options because I do like their platform better for options. But when it comes to futures, it's a slam dunk for me. I mean, the platform is great, because at first I was like, you know what, it's probably not a great platform if it's that cheap to trade. But guys, I'm not messing around, and I tell you guys, I fell in love with this platform after just one day. It's not an easy platform to like navigate through. That's why I say, like, if you're new, definitely try it out with the simulation first. They give you everything you need. The chart trader, which is like by far the most important deal, if you ask me. I mean, you can literally set up your own type of trading system, as you see here. I mean, I got a couple that I've been playing around with already, and it's just, it gives you such an advantage versus literally going in here on ES and you're going through. I mean, they still have the tick chart and everything, which is awesome, of course, but you have to go in here and just find out, okay, it looks like it's going up. Let me go ahead and say I want to get in here, buy. Oh, and next thing you know, boom, it shot up through the price and you're missing out. Whereas with Ninjatrader, I mean, if I wanted to, I mean, I'm not going to right now because, I mean, I don't want to, like, even though it's simulation trading, I don't want to be down or anything. But you can literally just set up your strategy. Say I'm doing an ES scout, and then I could just do buy the bid, boom, ask, get filled, and then, well, I'm on NASDAQ right now, so I'll do my NASDAQ one, but you all know what I mean. Just select the one that you want to go with, and then literally it's just as simply as you could just do buy bid. Whenever I go long, I do buy bid, and whenever I'm going short, I do sell ask. That way I get the better price of the two, of course. And then sometimes whenever we're doing more of like our 3-bar plays, this is more so during intraday trading, which is what we're using this platform for anyways. A lot of times we like to look for like 3-bar moves. So an example is like, I guess this could be a good example right here. So you can see here, we had an up move. We had 3 bars where we just kind of didn't move a lot, and then we were looking for it to break above this wick here. Boom, it did. We would have had our order set at 11,100. We would have got filled, and then we would have literally scalped for like 1 to 2 points in less than a minute. Which on NASDAQ, say you had just one contract, 2 points, that's $40. minus our $4 in commissions, which we might be having a three-legged move, 3-bar move right here, maybe potentially trying to form. But that's how we tend to play the futures, and that's how I've kind of, like I said, you can go in here. I mean, I guess I can do one for you guys real quick. So what you're going to do, and I'll check the chat real quick, see if we have any questions. So like I said, guys, if you have any questions or anything along the way, let me know. And if you're liking the stream, please smash the thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate that. Apparently it helps the channel out, all that weird algorithmic stuff. But anyways, back to our point at hand. So for order quantity, so again, just in case if any of you guys have joined the video recently, so let's just go back to where this is just gone. So whenever you pull up your Ninjatrader, you know what, I'm just going to do it like from the start. So whenever you pull up your Ninjatrader deal here, you can see here you have your paper trading deal all set up. You'll have to go in here to connections and actually set up your actual, you'll have to go to help and add in your license key and whatnot. And then from there you have to go into connections. Like right now I would hit disconnect. So this is how you'll start out. You'll start out disconnected, and once you set in your key that they'll send you through email, you just copy and paste your license key into there, and then from there you'd see like I had label 9 paper trading GT. So then we just click on that, and then you can see it flashed yellow here. Once it turns green, you'll be live to trade. Sometimes it'll like make a little noise just to let you know. Yeah, see, it just made the little noise. So that means you are good to go to start like trading. So then what you do to pull up your charts is you'll go to new. You got chart down here. You just select the tool that you want to trade with. So like us, we primarily do the NASDAQ right now just because there's so much liquidity in the NASDAQ. It's such a big mover, a lot more potential than ES lately in terms of scalping. And then what I like to do is I go down here. So plot executions, what this will do is anytime you trade, it will show up like you bought here, you sold here, you shorted here, you got out here, etc., etc. So while we're trading, we like to put do not plot. You can go back in at the end of each trading session, which I highly suggest you guys do, and you can turn this back on. And what we like to do is we turn this back on just to kind of just go take a look back through the day. I mean, you got to think of this like a business, like a sport, where you, like, what do football players do a lot of times? They have their game and then they go over film the next week, right? So what I do at the end of each day is I go back and I look at, okay, where were my winners? Like what could have went better? Like how could I have made even more money on the winners? And what happened on the losers? Like why did I get in there? What went through my thought process? That kind of thing. So again, you got to think of this as a profession at the end of the day. You're not just going to hop in here and get rich quick. I mean, it's not going to happen. If you're not learning, you're losing at the end of the day. So now we got our chart pulled up here. Get it moved over here. And then it's going to pop up like this blank, which we keep ours pretty blank anyways. When we're scalping, we're strictly scalping price action for the most part. You don't need a whole bunch of fancy indicators like I have pulled up here on Thinkorswim. Nice little double top form there though. Yeah, that's a beautiful double top so far. But anyways, like we only keep a lot of these indicators up primarily just for longer term trades. Like if we're looking at holding something for multiple days, swing trades, option trades, etc. Whenever you're doing scalping, I mean, all it does is it just, what I've found is it just overcomplicates things. You do not need 10, 20 different indicators. Why are there so many? Have any of you thought to yourselves, why are there so many indicators? Like, let's just go, for example, up to the indicators tab, and you can just see there's so many different kind of indicators. Why are there so many indicators? Because most of them don't work. Most of them just do not work. Like, you don't, when you're scalping, I mean, these just 99% of these just are shit. I mean, you don't need these. I mean, it's just ridiculous how much people rely on them. However, what we do like to generally just keep up as a rule of thumb, just to see how bullish or bearish the market is throughout the intraday, is the simple moving average of 50 and 200. That's just what I tend to use personally. So you do is you just go down here, click it, we click it again. When it shows up in this box here, it means that once you hit apply, it will show up. And then from there, we just plot our numbers. So 50. And I'll do a whole video, like actual tutorial about this platform sometime for you guys. I'm handling most of it in this video, but I'll do a special like video for that for you guys sometime. And for 50, we like to label that one green personally. And then for this one, we like to label red, our 200. So we'll go up here, label that 200. And we hit apply, and then as you can see, they're right there. So the 200 is acting as our resistance level currently. So again, that's why we like to just, I mean, these are the only two we primarily keep up. I will keep up the volume and all that stuff once I have the paid platform, volume, order flow, all that good stuff, because that's what really matters the most is the price action and volume at the end of the day when we're scalping. But for example, we pointed out this double top here, say we had went ahead and got in once we broke below this stick here, which is where I would have set my trade. It would have probably been at the, let's go ahead and zoom in here just a bit. So we would have gotten filled at probably 11.14 roughly, it looks like. Let's say 11.13 even. And we literally just scalp for a couple points. I mean, some traders will say it's kind of lazy, but me, I just look for the guarantee. I don't want 70%, 80%. I want 90 to 95% success rate. So I set my scalping up for NASDAQ just 2 points usually. Like if I'm running with 2 or 3 contracts, sometimes I'll cover 1 or 2 at 2 points and then let a runner run for about 5 points. But I just don't like risking it, because if I got money on the table, I don't want to risk losing it. Now obviously I have my stop loss set, and once I get out of my 2 at 2 points, I usually move the stop loss up to break even at the minimum. That way I'm not risking anything at that point anyways, outside of additional profit from the third one. But even then, a lot of times I'll just set my limit to close at 5 points, because in my opinion, if I'm running 3 contracts and I cover 2 at 4 points and then I cover a third one at 5 points, that's a 9-point trade total. 9 times 20 is what, 180 bucks just on that quick scalp, minus our $12 in commissions. I mean, that's a quick 170 bucks. So I mean, that's just why we tend to do that. Other traders have their own deal that works for them. That's just what works for me. But yeah, I mean, I love this platform. It just has so much customization that you can do. Like, there's just so many different things that you can do in this platform. You can literally set up algorithms within this platform. Not that I really plan on doing so. I love like just the hands-on, because it's a skill at the end of the day. Being able to trade, being able to scalp, it's a skill. And when you just set up algorithms, it takes a lot of the hands-off aspect out of it. And I don't know, maybe someday we'll develop some type of algorithm or something. I don't know. I mean, I just love the profession. If you don't love trading, I don't suggest you doing it. Don't come into trading just because you want to get rich quick. 1, you're not going to anyways. 2, you got to love the game at the end of the day. If you don't, it's like a job. If you don't love your job, you're not going to perform well at it anyways. So if you don't fall in love with the process, don't fall in love with the game, then what are you even doing at the end of the day? So let's see if we got any comments. No questions or anything so far. Hopefully the stream is doing all right. Hopefully we're not having like any issues or anything. We got, looks like 5 of you tuning in right now, so that's awesome. 4 or 5 of you. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, we'd love to have you here for those future streams. Definitely hit that subscribe button below, hit the bell icon right beside it. That way you'll be notified every time we upload another video. And like I said, we have that totally free Discord group chat down below as well. There's over 200 of us in there. No, you don't have to pay. I don't try to sell you guys any bullshit. I just document just everything that I learn about trading and everything. I've been trading now for over 2 years, 2 coming on 3 years here in a few months. I've done it all. I mean, I've traded the bullshit penny stocks. I've traded weekly options, which, I mean, you can win on occasionally, but for the most part, they just burn holes in your pockets. We've traded vertical spread options, which is what we trade the most in terms of options. I've traded futures. I've traded, I mean, what else have I traded? Just your standard blue chip stocks, ETFs, all that good stuff. I mean, anything market related practically I have played with at some point. And for me, futures, it's just, I like the fact that you have that 24/7, or not 24/7 literally, obviously, but you have a 23-hour, 5-day a week, almost 6 days a week trading window where you can make money. So it's just the most attractive to me. May not be for you, but we have tons of videos on futures trading now. We're up to like 3, 4, I think over 400 videos now actually. So definitely look through those if you're new just to the markets in general. You don't have to buy. Please do not fall in the trap of buying courses, guys. All this information's on YouTube, on the internet for free. Even if you don't watch my videos, like, you don't have to. I mean, just do research. There's so many guys out here that actually want to help people and not make money off of you guys. Like, just don't do it. Do not fall for that trap, as we are breaking through 11,000 here, or 11,100, should say. Might look to try to get a quick scalp this evening on that. So again, just going back to just advantages and disadvantages of each platform. So advantages for Ninjatrader. We'll go back to that chart there, because like I said, that chart pretty much tells it all. So 1, intraday margin, $500. Now again, I can't stress this enough. This is intraday. If you don't know what intraday means, that means during U.S. cash open. So from 9:30 a.m. Eastern U.S. time until 4 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, you only need $500 per contract to trade. Now, why is this so important? Because once 3 p.m. comes around, you absolutely have to have the initial requirement that is set by the CME group. I think right now it's set at, like, for ES, I think it is set at 13,200 if I recall. Let's see here. Yeah, like right around 13,200. I don't know actually. I know these were raised recently by pretty much every platform. I don't know if CME Group actually raised this. It happened during the crash when coronavirus and all that came out. These used to cost about 6,600 to trade, and pretty much every platform shot it up to 13,200. I don't know for sure if that's a CME Group call or if each platform just pretty much did that. But either way, pretty much every platform is requiring $13,200. So that is what you're going to have in your portfolio after the U.S. market closes. So me personally, I just don't trade within 30 minutes of market close. Just that way I don't, for some reason, you never know with things going on in life, you don't want to lose track of time and then potentially get yourself in a oh shit situation where say your account has $5,000 in it, and for some reason you decided to go long 5 ES contracts, which I wouldn't suggest, by the way, but say for some reason you went long 5 contracts. Just do the math. 13,200 times 5 contracts. You could really get in a bad situation. So definitely you got to pay attention to this if you're going to go the Ninjatrader route. But as long as you aren't a dum-dum and you remember that, okay, intraday, that's during U.S. cash open, this is a major advantage because when you're trading on Thinkorswim, it's 13,200 all day. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. 24/7, it's $13,200. Now, there is a platform also called Tastyworks. I won't get into them too much right now. They have an option where you can apply for lower intraday margins for as low as like $4,000. But I'll do a separate video about that some other time. But the fact that Ninjatrader offers it for $500, amazing. Gives you a lot of opportunity if you know what you're doing. Second thing, like I said, we already mentioned it, so I won't mention it a lot, but won't hit it too hard here, but the fees, the fee differential. So you're talking $4 pretty much round trip on the lifetime license versus, what do we say, like $7 on TD Ameritrade. So again, pull out that calculator. There was the math right there. We did the math based on just simply trading one contract. You're saving $3 per trade. Multiply, and again, this is just based on trading one contract. I mean, the math could get ridiculous if you're doing 2 to 5, but we're just doing this based off one contract, because I know that's what a lot of you guys will be trading. So you save $3 per contract. Let's say you do, let's just say 10 scalps a day. Let's say you're not even doing 15, just 10 scalps a day. That's $30 over a 21-day working window. That's $630. So I mean, let's say you had 5 contracts. Over $3,000 difference in fees and commissions over 12 months. You can see how that really adds up. Now, obviously, most people aren't trading 5 contracts. They're not scalping 5 contracts 10 times a day. I know. But we just want to look at the big picture where if, I mean, again, let's just say you're just doing one contract and you're only doing 10 a day. The math on that was $630 a month times 12. Even just one contract, 10 scalps a day, that's over $7,500 in a year. I mean, that alone was enough for me to say, yeah, no brainer. So obviously another huge advantage. And then obviously, like I said, the advantage of Ninjatrader as well is there's so much customization that can go on within this platform. The deal breaker for me, really, along with commissions, was this chart trader option, which you can pull up right there. And then again, we were talking about a little bit ago how you can literally set up an automated trading system where, let's just say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do it for you guys just so you guys can see it. Don't think that this is literally a realistic trade that I would be placing right now, but let's just say, again, rookie NASDAQ scalp one contract is what I labeled this. So again, go in here, you can see how I have it set up here. So we got one contract with and these are ticks. Don't think this is points. These are ticks. So there's 4 ticks per point on the NASDAQ. So we're risking 4 times 5, 20 ticks. 5 points is our risk. Our max profit is 2 points. And I actually meant to adjust this because I said I was going to do a stop loss of 8 points, which is 32. Which, again, you can play, like I said, guys, you can play around with this simulated for as long as you need to. I suggest, I'm still going to do it while I'm in the process of funding my account. I am playing around with this, just getting it dialed into exactly how I want, what has at least a 90% win rate. At least a 90% win rate. And then, I forgot to resave this. Save as a template. We'll save it as that. Play around with it until you find something that just works for you. That's why my account, my simulation account's actually down quite a bit, because I've just been playing around with it. I've been finding what works best for me and my trading style. Now, I would place a trade right now, but it's really indecisive at the moment. If we get some kind of move here, I'll do a quick trade. Yeah, because see, it's kind of indecisive right now. I mean, we had 2 wicks practically the same size. Green bar, red bar. Next bar or 2. What are we set on? 150? Let's lower that to 100. That's the thing with overnight. I don't like overnight trading because there's just not enough volume, not enough liquidity being pumped in. To me, gut's saying that it wants to go up from here, but it's hard to tell, so we'll just see, and I'll place a trade here in a second for you guys. We'll go on with the advantages and disadvantages. First, see if we got any questions. No questions. Okay. And now, advantages for Thinkorswim. Obviously, very well-known platform, has great technology as well. I mean, pretty much everything that Ninjatrader has, Thinkorswim does, outside of this chart trader, which, like I said, is another deal breaker for me. Literally, if I had to narrow it down to 2 reasons why I'm picking Ninjatrader over Thinkorswim for futures, is margin, commissions, and chart trader. That those three pretty much sum it up for me, in all honesty. But again, we're going over some of the pros of TD Ameritrade. So I mean, obviously you have similar technology. Outside of that, that's pretty much it. Whenever we're comparing the two. Now, obviously, TD Ameritrade has a lot of the Thinkorswim platform has a lot of advantages, but when we're comparing Ninjatrader to Thinkorswim, there just wasn't a lot there to really go off of. That is just night and day different. That gives TD Ameritrade any kind of edge. And now disadvantages. So for Ninjatrader, big disadvantage: no mobile app. That kind of sucks. So like if you're not able to really trade during U.S. cash open, like from home or something, that will be a deal breaker for you in the short term. Me right now, I am actually at home. As most of you know, I'm off work on like a medical leave right now. So see what I'm gonna do here, since it looks like they're trying to trap the shorts, is I'm going to, this is using my method now, so I'm going to do a buy stop limit up here. Ooh, I'm going to move it because they're trying to trap the bears here, so we're going to move it to 11,000 because what I'm looking for is for them to potentially break it out here, trap the bears, and then from there you'll get a short-term little melt up. Like I said, I mean, we're just looking for 2 points on that trade. If it gets filled, we'll see. It's a little battle right now. We might actually be getting ready to get a 3-bar move here, 3 or 4 bar move. So that'll be interesting to watch to see how that plays out. But yeah, the app, not having an app. Now they are in the works for an app. They won't confirm it, but pretty much everything is pointing towards that. Yes, they are creating an app. They have not came out and like publicly said like, yes, we're in the process of creating an app, this is when you can expect it, yada yada yada. However, it pretty much sounds like yes, they're in the early stages of creating an app. So I'm not gonna try to like assume that they're gonna have an app here like by the end of 2020 or anything, but I do think that possibly by the end of 2021, you can probably bet on Ninjatrader having some kind of an app. Now you can download CQ, is it called CQM? I believe I have it downloaded. Let me see. CQG is what the app is called, where like you can, I think, track your trades. I don't know for sure if you can actually trade through that, but it is an option that is available there. So that is kind of a deal breaker in my opinion if you can't trade from home at all during the day. Now if you can trade, because if say you're on the West Coast and you don't have to go to work till 9 a.m. West Coast time, the market opens at like 6:30, I think 6:30 a.m. West Coast time, something like that. You all can let me know if I'm wrong, but I think 6:30 a.m. on the West Coast. So say you go to work at 9 a.m. like I know a lot of people do, you can trade for 1 to 2 hours in a given day, depending on how much of a priss you are, and you need to spend on gelling your hair and everything in the morning, or if you're a female, doing your makeup and all that. But you have time to trade for at least an hour. I mean, given your drive time and everything, at least an hour. You can get up and trade these futures in the morning once U.S. market opens. So it may still be an option for you guys, but if you have no time really to trade, for me that'd be a deal breaker in the short term. Like I said, I'm off right now on a medical leave until God knows when. Hopefully they get this stuff figured out sooner than later, but I'm probably going to be away from my job, I'm assuming at this point, through the end of August. So we just got filled here, which I should have probably moved it up, but let's see if we get filled here. There we go. See? Just as simple as that. 3-bar move. Boom. That is literally how we do it every time, guys. That was perfect. Now, see, we're probably going to miss out on some profit there, but again, just play around with it. And you can see, like I said, I like guaranteed money. I don't like risking money. I'm a puss when it comes to that. I do not like risking money. I lost enough money my first year of trading. I've learned it. I don't need, and see, that's why I like just going for it, because we're right back down under. So where would that put us? $40 right there. That took how long? How long did we hold that trade? let's see. Our log. So let's see. That's not what I need. Positions, executions. There we go. So we held that trade for a whopping 8 seconds. So that was $40 in 8 seconds. So again, like I said, I mean, you can play around with it. I definitely suggest you guys, like I said, hop on that simulation trading and definitely just find a strategy that works for you. I don't know if you guys got to see really how it got filled, how it worked, where like I had my limit to close it at a certain amount, which was 2 points, and then I had my stop limit lower, where in case if it broke a certain threshold, then I would have went ahead and got stopped out of my position. But that is the power of this chart trader. Like, you can literally, like, we spotted that potential 3-bar move forming, and we saw this wick up here, and we're like, okay, if it breaks above 11,100, if it broke out above that, we could see a couple point move at the minimum. Now, it failed up here around this 50 simple moving average at the moment, around 1105, or 11,105, I should say. But it'll be interesting to see what happens around this level too. But I mean, we noticed it, we hopped on it, didn't hesitate, boom, made a quick $40 in 8 seconds on that trade. So like I said, just play around with it. I love this platform. TD Ameritrade, as far as I know, does not offer anything like that. I've looked around. If you know, like, if I'm wrong or something, and you know, like, I mean, I know they have this market trader where you can hop in here, say, okay, I want to go long here, boom, and then, okay, I want to sell here, let me set my limit. Like, I know this is available, but this has nothing on the chart trader, in my opinion. Now, if there's something else that I don't know about, definitely let me know in the comments after this video uploads, or if you know in the stream, definitely let me know in the chat. Yeah, I see you here. How's it going, Jimmy Wee? If you're still in here. Yeah, I'm checking this chat periodically, and actually I have it pulled up on my phone, but for some reason your comment, I didn't have my live chat pulled up. So yeah, I'm keeping it pulled up on my phone too, so I'll be checking it periodically, both on here and on my phone. But yeah, how's it going? So yeah, the main drawback for Ninjatrader is that the no mobile platform. The moment they get that fixed, I think you're going to see a lot, and I mean a lot, of futures traders and even option traders just pretty much abandoning your E-Trades, your Charles Schwab's, your TD Ameritrades. I think you're going to see a lot of guys moving to Ninjatrader. I know a lot of bigger players that have used Ninjatrader for a while, and they love it. Ninjatrader and Tastyworks are the two platforms that seem to be taking, obviously you have Robinhood, but I mean, we're not talking about Robinhooders here. No offense to those of you that use Robinhood, but eventually you'll realize that Robinhood is just a totally shit platform, and if you want to take trading seriously, you need to go to a platform that, for one, even offers futures. Robinhood's never going to have futures. You cannot, they just can't. They can't allow futures to trade with no commissions. I mean, that'll break their whole deal with their platform or whatever. So, yeah, don't use Robinhood, of course. But this platform is by far, in my opinion, I mean, the best. It's by far. I mean, I've had the most success. Like I said, I mean, we're still in the process of switching over our money from TD Ameritrade to Robinhood, so for the time being, I'm just using their simulation platform, just getting used to their platform, and again, dialing in these different strategies, figuring out what works best. Again, I cannot, I've said it multiple times, this will be the last time I say it. If nothing else, if you don't want to use their platform, like you're on edge about it, just hop on their website. It's totally free. Like, obviously they'll ask for your email and everything. That way they can send you their little connection key thing, because to be able to trade, like you have to actually like have a license key. That way your charts and everything will pull up and load up and everything. But you'll, like I said, go in there and just, it'll give you the license key, you enter it in, then you just go in there, hit connections. Yours won't say disconnect, it won't show the screen dot either because you won't be connected. You have to go in there, double click on it, you'll connect, it'll pop yellow, then green, and then boom, you're live. Like I said, from there you just hit a new chart. You could even pull up ES if you wanted to. Again, like I said, us personally, we don't like to track our trades till the end of the day. So then from there, you'll see it'll just load up. Well, it won't load up. You have to actually back out of this. And then, okay, so there's ES. Get it pulled up right there. And I love how you can literally just move the chart like this. You can move it around. You can zoom in, zoom out, super easy. Same thing with your prices. You can squeeze it. You can load it big, all that good stuff. I mean, it's so much customization, and it's so easy to just use. I mean, I love this platform, man. And like I said, you load up that chart trader, put on chart trader is the one that has like this little bar set up here. ES kind of looks like a good time to maybe short. Might be too late now. Should have got in at 42. That would have been a quick point. But yeah, I mean, it's just such a, I mean, I have no complaints really. Like I said, my only legit complaint about this platform is that they don't have a mobile app. If they had a mobile app, it'd be hands down. I would suggest it hands over anything. But that's one thing TD Ameritrade does have on them. They have not only an app, but an awesome app, the Thinkorswim app. It works very well. Those of you that trade actively know how hard it is to trade on the go, which is why I think a lot of you guys will want to switch to Ninjatrader anyways, because a lot of you guys probably don't even trade from the phone. But I mean, they do have it available, and it is a really good platform. It just looks like a squeezed version of literally your Thinkorswim that you have on your laptop, desktop, whatever you use. So they do have Ninjatrader beat on that, but like I said, I mean, disadvantages, commissions, we won't even go over that math again, but commissions are a big problem for Thinkorswim. Obviously, they got rid of it on stocks. Options is super cheap on here as well anymore. It's actually cheaper than Tastyworks by a little bit, which I found surprising. Let's see, what other disadvantages? Oh yeah, the chart. I mean, like I said, I mean, you can customize the chart pretty similar. They do have the tick chart available. You can save all different kinds of time frames. Another thing too is their trend lines. The trend lines, if you're the type that likes to draw trend lines and whatnot, it is much easier to do so on Ninjatrader than it is on Thinkorswim, in my own opinion. Some of you might disagree once you get into the platforms yourself, but Ninjatrader is just overall, it's a lot more, once you just figure out the basics about just how to get a chart pulled up, like literally, once you just dive into the platform, figure out just the standard basics on how to just get going, I think you guys will fall in love with the platform. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not getting paid a single dime to like tell you guys anything about either platform. I mean, I only have like 1,100 subscribers at the end of the day, which, I mean, like I said, if you're new, we'd love to have you here. Subscribe and hit that bell icon. That way you won't miss any other streams and whatnot. We usually stream a couple times a week. We do these every Sunday, of course, just these Sunday stock talks, and I usually have a topic, which today's topic, of course, is TD Ameritrade or Ninjatrader. I think Ninjatrader wins, hands down, personally. Can you trade micro? I just saw your post there, Jimmy Wee. Can I trade micro futures with $1,000? So on Ninjatrader, intraday, like I said, during cash open, yes, it's only, I think, $50. It might be $100 now, but it's like $50 to $100 on Ninjatrader during U.S. cash open, which again is 9:30 a.m. Eastern until 4 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. After that, it does go up because, like I said, that's set by the CME group. That's not up to Ninjatrader at the end of the day. The minimum, I believe, is somewhere, I think it's now like $1,300 since all the volatility and whatnot. We can see it here on, yeah, it's like $1,300 right now for overnight trades. But during the day, Ninjatrader, it is only, like I said, like $50, or I think it's $100 now. It's between $50 to $100 during the day, and then, like I said, during the night, they don't have a choice. That's the CME group's call, and they say that you have to have that initial requirement, which I believe, like I said, every platform has gone to around that 1320 level for the micros, and which would be like 13,200 for ES. So I hope that answers your question. Like I said, just for anyone that's new and doesn't know like the talk and everything about when I'm talking about intraday and initial. So intraday is, again, during U.S. cash open, which is from 9:30 a.m. Eastern U.S. time until 4 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. Initial requirement, which is set by the CME group, is any time in the evening. So any time after that 4 p.m. Eastern time. So from 4:01 p.m. Eastern time until 9:30 a.m. Eastern time the next day. That is your initial requirement. So, like I said, I hope that answers your question. For ES, the initial requirement right now, I believe, is 13,200, and for the micro ES, MES, it is 1,320, $1,320. So, like I said, hopefully that answers your question. And then, like I said, I'm still learning this platform myself. When we go in here, another thing I like to do when I set up my chart is where it says horizontal lines. I like to go down here and do fixed. This is where you're seeing on this grid line, where these grid lines are, for each set amount of points, how often you're going to see a line this way. So for me, I like to set mine as 1 point. You can see apply. Now there's a lot more lines, right? I like that because it makes it easier for me to set my entries. Because when I'm going in here like this, say for some reason I wanted to buy right here, which I'm not, but say I wanted to buy at an even point, like say I wanted to buy at 11,100. Well, I would just simply go over here to the line, and then I would just say, like, even then, I mean, it's slightly off. I think there's a better way to actually do it. I just haven't learned it yet. But as you see, just go down to that line. I would just hit my buy. And this is important here too. You hit buy stop limit. You don't want to hit like buy limit. That's something that TD Ameritrade does, where like say you wanted to buy single. Again, this is why I don't like you got to do all this stuff. So see that it starts you off at limit. A lot of traders don't realize when you hit just limit, like say I went ahead and hit it, since we're below 43.25, boom, I would have got filled at 43. And maybe you didn't want to get filled at 43 because, like me, you're trading the price action. You're waiting for it to break above a certain level before you get in, because like this bar happened right here, boom, we shot up. So you were like, okay, I wanted to get in here, but I accidentally got in here, and now, like an example would have been where it would have happened right here. Say you got filled because you set your target up here, but you hit limit instead of stop limit. You got filled there, and then boom, you got stopped out because you got in accidentally at a bad time. So all that the stop limit pretty much means, the difference is just pretty much you're pretty much taking over some other person that has their limit or stop order if they're a short set at a certain price. And then once that price gets hit, boom, you get filled. It's kind of like whenever you would set your limit down here. Whenever somebody's selling down here, if you're going long, then you would get filled low down there and then go up. But you gotta make sure that you're using stop limit. You do not want to mess around and use the limit, because say you wanted to go ahead and get in at 1,101, but you hit limit, you would have just got filled at 11,0975, and then boom, you're already down about a point already. And now it looks like it's going to continue to go down. Yeah, so say boom, you would have got stopped out, depending on what your stop limit was set at. So I'll have future videos. I'll make tutorials for you guys, because I think this is super important. I'm trying to get better about doing more of tutorial style videos for you guys. It's just hard with all these doctor's appointments and stuff I have going on right now. So you have to bear with me on that. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully they get figured out sooner than later. But I'll do specific tutorials that are shorter for you guys, just about the difference between a stop limit versus just a limit order, all that stuff, because it is super important. I mean, it's the difference between making money and blowing out your account if you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, I mean, that pretty much sums up everything for the video. I made this stream a lot longer than I had originally intended to. I don't know how long we've been going now, but made the stream definitely a lot longer than I intended to. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the stream. If you did, definitely make sure to smash that thumbs up button. Like I said, it greatly helps the channel out, helps the video out with YouTube's weird algorithms or whatever. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, we'd love to have you here for future streams and future uploads. Definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and hit the bell icon right beside it. That way you'll be notified every time we go live or upload another video. And then, of course, if you're not already in our Discord group chat, where you been? We have over 200 members in there already. So we'd love to have you there. See if you've gotten filled on that order going long because you accidentally hit limit. Oh, that'd be nasty. You'd be down almost 200 bucks already. Whew. So yeah, you don't want to make that mistake. But like I said, if you're not in that Discord group chat already, it's by far the easiest way to reach me. I wouldn't say I call out anything per se, but I do try to update you guys on all my positions that I take. Sometimes it's hard because when you're scalping, I mean, as you guys saw, we were in a trade for less than 10 seconds. So, I mean, it's hard to update you guys whenever I'm in and out of a trade within 10 seconds, but I do at the minimum just recap my trades, all that stuff. Like I said, I'll never, ever, ever tell you guys what to invest in. I'll just give you guys my reasoning on why I decided to take a position and how it worked out for me in the end, and then you can just kind of learn from it, essentially. That's what it's all about. And then, of course, there's, like I said, over 200 members there, so there's other like-minded people in there as well. But that's it. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Rest up for the trading week this week. Hopefully you guys stay green this week. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there, make your profits, cover your profits, and achieving your financial freedom this year. And I'll see you guys in the next stream here in a couple